the perfect lunch combo. That first bite of your favorite sub, followed by ice-cold Pepsi. Add a couple of friends, and now that's next level. Suddenly, the laughs get louder, the stories keep flowing, and the food tastes better. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Teens share everything. That may include the bacteria that can cause meningococcal disease known as meningitis. Even if your teen's been vaccinated in the past, they could still be missing meningitis vaccinations. Ask your teen's doctor or visit meningitis.com today. Sponsored by GSK.
I'm Nina Concepcion.
I'm Catherine Bourne-Taylor.
And we are obsessed.
Obsessed is a comedy podcast about your hyperfixations, the ones that keep you up at night, hijack your group chats, or send you down a rabbit hole.
Each episode, we deep dive and unpack the niche interests you just can't get your mind off of. No obsession is too weird when you're among friends.
Yay!
And we are among friends here.
We sure are.
We are.
The friendship is strong, and we did something really cool this week.
You guys, this is a huge milestone for us in the pod and the show.
Cool.
It's very cool.
It is cool.
Okay, so in LA, there is a independent nonprofit organization called the American Cinematheque, and they operate out of 3 incredible historic theaters in Los Angeles: the Los Feliz 3, the Aero Theater in Santa Monica, and the Egyptian in Hollywood.
Yeah, these are like really cool spaces.
And they show like 35 millimeter, 70 millimeter. They have all sorts. I mean, there's like people that are like founding members and people who donate that are like incredible directors and filmmakers.
It's so funny because you'll be at a movie and like if something skips or just really anything happens, because this is film, they're playing it on film, you will see like people stand up and start walking to the back, like cinephiles go to this.
Oh yeah. It's really a cool organization, and you can like become a member. There's like members only screenings, etc.
Yeah.
So, okay. So as you know, on the pod, we did an entire episode of the 2005 House of Wax.
Yeah. As you know.
One of my favorite episodes we ever did, because your reactions, I just love when we do this.
Me too. Sometimes we'll do, we also did this for the wedding planner, where one of us like recaps a film for the other that the other like either hasn't watched or kind of only vaguely remembers. And it's so much fun.
Like, because it's like you're gasped, like, oh, what? Like the twists and turns of House of Wax. It was so fun. So definitely listen to that episode if you haven't. But so I get emails from the American Cinematheque, and it said on the calendar that they were going to show House of Wax on 35 millimeter.
2005.
The 2005 version. And previously, we had actually emailed American Cinematheque with a list of movies that we wanted to intro.
Because our thing is it never hurts to ask.
It never hurts to ask.
Yeah.
And on our list was House of Wax. Lo and behold, we see they already were planning to show it. So what did we do, Catherine?
We emailed them and said, we'd love to intro this movie if you would have us.
And honey, they had us.
They said yes. It never hurts to ask.
Oh, and you guys, it was so fun. We got to do an intro. Like, we were introed by the American Cinematheque staff. Our names were on the big screen pre-show.
Exciting. We came out, we had microphones, and we just like chatted, did a little bit for 5 minutes.
It was 3.5 minutes.
That's perfect.
Isn't that perfect?
So tight.
We were so tight, 3.5.
We killed it. We did so good.
We got laughs. We were really like, what is it, Abbott and Costello?
Yeah, we really were. We did a great job.
Like, boom, boom, boom. Kyle recorded it. We have the recording. It was so fun. And it's just, I don't know, it's really cool because I think more than anything, it signifies like there's a celebration for niche things. Like, I don't know. It makes me feel like, okay, we're in the right place.
100%. And it felt so LA, like going to this movie theater with people who love movies.
Yeah.
And yeah, it felt really affirming. It was just it was a milestone. It was a milestone.
Yes. Okay. So that was very exciting for us. Yeah. So I would say, okay, so we'll do real quick. Catherine, what are you obsessed with this week?
I'm obsessed with BTS again.
Ooh,
because this week they said to the Grammys, we don't even need to be considered this year. And it was the most badass thing they could have ever done, because the lore is that BTS was like, our goal is getting a Grammy. They've said this, like, they're like, we want a Grammy so much. Whoa. Because Grammys signify like it's an affirmation from like the West,
of course,
essentially.
Yeah.
And a long story short is the Grammys made this a new category for like K-pop, basically. And BTS was like, you don't need to make a category, because they were basically guaranteed to win.
Whoa.
They're like, no, you could just give us a Grammy for what we have accomplished.
Wow.
And it was so badass. They pulled out of consideration. Every single member posted a message on their Instagram stories in Korean, not even in English, being like, we would really like to be like known for our own work, et cetera, et cetera.
So, yeah, because walk me through. So they don't want to be categorized. It's more just like recognize us for being great as we are.
100%. They're like, we deserve to be considered along with everybody else.
Okay. Oh, and not just in this special category.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like separate
You
from
don't have
everything.
to make a separate like category for us. Like you could have just considered us relevant.
Like they should be up there against like Taylor Swift and like, or like all these pop albums.
Shouldn't be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it really got me, it kind of ties into our topic today, because it really made me think like this was BTS's goal. They have gone on record saying this is exactly what I want. But then they sort of rose above the system that they thought they had to like be accepted by. Like they have transcended the system.
Do you think their management is like pissed about that? Like, I'm so curious.
That's a really good question. Honestly, their management lets BTS do whatever BTS wants.
They're running the ship now.
They
like,
completely run the ship. It really does seem that way.
Yeah.
Like, I know some fans will say that's not the case, but they are so in control of what that group does. And the fact that every single member just posted, it was like black background text. Like,
so
just
fun.
so badass. It was really cool. I'm just newly obsessed with them. They don't need the Grammys.
Yeah.
They're like, we literally don't. We realize we don't actually need the thing that we thought we wanted, because we literally have what we wanted.
Yeah.
What are you obsessed with?
I'm obsessed with the LA Sparks in a WNBA game.
Yes.
I got to go to my first one actually right before we introed at American Cinematheque.
You got great seats.
We were on the floor first row and amazing seats. It was so cool. It just had a really nice energy and it was really fun. And I want to go back. Like it was a blast. And there were so many like young kids, like young boys, wearing like rooting for the WNBA and young girls. And like, it was so fun. And I got to see some really cool players that I know and like have followed for a little bit. I'm not like a huge sports fan in general. Like I don't really follow, but I think with the creation of TikTok and social media and like I'm able to like recognize a lot of players or like there was one player so they played the New York Liberty and there's one player that was on the bench. She's usually a starter. Marine Johansson. She's French. I just like found her through like TikTok edits and like interviews. And I was like, oh my God, she's so funny. And her fiance is another player in the WNBA. And they're both like so hot. And she's just so cool. And then I didn't realize she was on the New York Liberty and we were right behind the New York Liberty huddle. Like we could hear them talking about their plays. Like we were right there. So like seeing her, I was like gobsmacked. I was like such a celeb moment.
That is so cool.
It's like, this is so cool.
I'll go to one. I want to go.
It's really fun. The crypto arena, I hate calling it that. It's always going to be the Staples Center to me, is great. It's really fun. Yeah. So that was a blast. If you like the pod and love the pod as much as we love doing it, it would mean so much to us if you could rate and review.
These things are very small and don't take a lot of your time, but they make a huge difference to the discoverability and the algorithm of it all, which we know is very, very real.
We're just two gals who love obsessing and we appreciate it so much. Like, truly, take your phone out right now and just do it right now.
And if there's an episode that you think a friend of yours would really like, sharing it with them, posting about it, it seriously makes such a difference. And we see everything that you comment and write, and we screenshot it and send it to each other. It truly means a lot.
It means a lot. It's really important for a little podcast like us. So we just appreciate anyone who takes the time out of their day to listen to us fangirl out.
Yeah. Rate, review, comment, share, 5 stars. Love it.
Love it. Okay. Stay obsessed.
Stay obsessed.
Late night bites with friends, already hard to beat. That first too hot bite of fries you couldn't wait for, followed by ice cold Pepsi. Now that hits different. Suddenly, the energy kicks back in, the night goes longer, and the laughs don't stop. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Okay, so speaking of like an LA week, I'm trying to segue into the topic.
That was good. And speaking of people accomplishing their dreams, perhaps redefining what it is you want. This week we're talking about like what it is to be obsessed with the idea of making it.
Exactly. I think that's a good log line for the episode. I think too, this week I've seen a lot of depressing like infographics and people making slideshows on Instagram about the state.
Which is always a really good like way to have your mindset be formed.
Like about the state of like being a working actor in LA. And like, I'm not saying like these people are wrong at all. And like, of course we're frustrated, but I don't know, maybe I'm just delulu as always, but like never in my mind has it crossed, like it's never crossed my mind to like leave LA or find a different path. And I'm very privileged to be able to be in the place where like we are making our career doing this. But I just like, I don't know. I'm not in that headspace that like all is lost and it's never going to be great, you know?
Do you feel, okay, so to back up, both Nina and I are performers, writers. We're in the entertainment industry. And something we like bonded about really early on in our friendship was that we both are like really obsessed with building a career out of that. Like really obsessed with something that is kind of seemingly, can sometimes seem like impossible or like a really crazy delusional thing to want. I think that like obsession always has two sides, right? Like you can be obsessed with something to the point that it takes you, it gives you blinders.
Yeah.
You can also be obsessed with something and that can be like a motivating factor. So we just sort of wanted to have a like open conversation about what it is to be obsessed with the idea of making it. And like, is that idea even, like, what does that mean even?
Yeah, I think the meaning changes a lot the longer we're here and the older we get and the longer we're in this career path. Because like, I'm coming up on, 15 years in Los Angeles.
Wild. Way to go.
Yes, this month in August 27th. And it's, you know, you kind of come up with the same people, right? In comedy, in acting classes, I've like come up, it almost feels like classes of high school, you know? Yeah. You start out as freshmen in these spaces and we get older, right? 15 years in, and I start to see people make it, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Get on SNL, series regulars, blow up and become straight up famous.
I know.
And it can be really hard. Like it can be both wonderful because you're like, oh my God, that means it can happen to me. And also it can be like, well, when is it going to happen to me? Is it going to happen to me? And then you have to pull back and be like, but wait a second. If I really look at the facts, it's like I am able to support myself with this thing that I love, acting, performing. I have health insurance from that. I'm creating with people that I love and am making something. So is that not making it? Have I not made it?
You know? Are a past version of yourself's idea of making
That's the thing. And it looks different at different seasons. But I just think, and it can feel obsessive, right? Like I'm in this space the last few months of I've always been obsessed with like, you know, wanting to be an actor and performer. But I have felt lately a deep obsession where like, restlessness.
Restlessness is a really good way to put it.
It's like, God damn it, I want to be on set every single day. I want to be acting every day. And I think maybe that's coming off of just making my movie where I was constantly acting. And now it's like, okay, we're in, you know, not twiddling my thumbs, but just being like, well, it's not time for the next thing. We're still in it, but it's like, where do we go?
I think that that's a part of sort of being in the trenches of Being a creative period, right? Because like you can be making it and not be like financially supporting yourself with it yet, right? Like there's a lot of series regulars who go back to waitressing when they wrap because and I think that that's important to like acknowledge. Like this job does not make as much money as people think it does.
Oh no.
Now more than ever.
Yeah.
And so all that to say, like where was I going with that? The
idea of like what is making it.
How will I know I've made it?
I think it's like you just have to be in it. Like we're in it right now.
Being in it is making it is being in it.
In it.
Yeah.
And pursuing it. And like you were saying before we started the podcast of how grateful you are to be in a space right now where you're constantly creating with like a group of people and how that it fuels you and like fills your cup.
Yeah.
And I think that is like the thing, you know, we're just in it.
I remember when me and DJ, my husband, we were like in our mid-20s. We just gotten married and we were living in Dallas. I did not move to LA right out of college. I stayed in Dallas where I went to college for a few years, then was in Chicago, and I only moved to LA about 6.5 years ago. And I remember DJ and I were in Dallas and like we didn't know how we were going to get to Chicago, and DJ was like, what's the plan? Like, how will we know if this is working? And me and my like 26-year-old mind was like, we are in the plan. The plan is happening around us. Like we are doing things to set ourselves up for the life we want. We're in the plan.
You're in it. And it's so interesting, right? Because had you moved here right out from Dallas, because I love meeting when Catherine and her husband have like parties and stuff, all their friends are so wonderful. But it's like so many of them are Chicago people. So like, it's like, thank God you had this path that maybe seemed a little, you know, weird, you know, it's like maybe not exactly the straight path that, you know, you would assume for any, you know, but it's like you went to Chicago, you built a life there in a very artistic city. You were acting and creating. You met all these incredible people. And then mostly all of them came to LA.
That's the thing. It's funny how things work out that way.
Yes. And you have an incredible community out here of like people from different, and I think like at the end of the day, right, it's like, okay, like I saw this actor post, it's this specific Instagram, and he had like 400,000 followers. So he is like established, I think. I'm not sure what his, off mic, I'll look him up, but he's like been acting for a long time. And he posted like a really honest, like text post, just being like, I feel scared and like crazy. He's like, and I'm doing all the things, right? I'm like, I am making my own stuff. I'm trying to be on social media. And it's just like, what is happening? It's like, and I know like someone posted like a casting director, they're getting like 4,000 submissions per role.
It's so hard right now.
It is so hard. It's
actually so hard. And I think it's important that we remember that like people listening to this will be on like all levels of this or like completely outside of it and being like, my idea of making it doesn't involve like the entertainment industry at all. I'm just an obsessive person.
But I think it can translate to any career, right? I
so agree. It's this, it's what do you do if you have a North Star and reach and the path of reaching that North Star is largely so outside of your control. And in fact, sometimes it feels like the universe is conspiring to make it as hard as possible for you to reach that North Star.
And there were some really great comments on the post from people just being like, you just keep going. You just do it. You go forward and I think that's why it's so important to enjoy the moment while you're in it, because like we have to live life. We have to experience other things. We have to have a full life. Like, okay, so it's slow right now. Great. Take that opportunity. I want to travel more, like let's do stuff. Let's like eat at cool restaurants. And I think
that's key. It's so easy to make your obsession your life.
Yeah.
And when you make your obsession your life, you're not living, actually.
You're not.
That's not living.
I just saw this really cool flashback interview Emma Thompson gave. Maybe you saw it on Instagram. It was like floating around right after she did which one did she do?
Was it Sense and Sensibility?
She was like on a tour after it, and they're like, what's next? Like, what are you doing? And she's like, what am I doing? Nothing. I'm gonna go on vacation and eat good food and live life.
She is a healthy woman.
And then she was like, so I can be inspired to create the next thing. And I mean, God, she's been working for decades and decades.
Yep.
And it's like, there's this like hustle culture, right, in Los Angeles, where it's like, we got to be doing something. Like any day where I just like don't do something towards my career is a waste.
I feel like it's slipping away from me, which is not good and not
good.
accurate.
Yeah. And like we have to, and I think like we have to live full lives. And maybe that's why like I am not dejected yet. Like, of course, I get sad. We text all the time of like,
oh, just found out this went to a celebrity.
Yeah. Like how many auditions have we done where you get this amazing role? It's like a series reg. Then the Deadline article comes out and it's a fucking famous person.
That's happened to me like quite a few times this year.
I know.
Which is like,
I know.
it simultaneously makes this feel farther away and more impossible than ever. But it's actually a sign that like you're getting closer.
Getting closer.
And like no one can hand you a golden ticket to make your dreams come true.
They can't. And that's why I love Cola Scola, obviously.
I love them.
And I will say I was an OG Cole fan. Like I used to watch they put a comedy special out on YouTube that was so funny because I discovered them through like weird internet corners, and then like Amy Sedaris was a big champion of them.
Yeah.
And so they would make these like really great like video, I don't know, they're just so specific. And like watching their career to be like, oh my God, they went from just posting their very niche like cabaret videos on, I think they hosted a cabaret and then like these weird comedy specials on YouTube during the pandemic. And so they went from these being very niche and specific to a Tony winner.
Well, and that developing that niche and specific work, that's called like refining your voice so that when your moment comes, you can be ready. Like I wrote a show in 2023. It was the first show I ever wrote. And by all accounts and purposes, it actually did pretty well.
Annie?
Yeah. It felt like it was called Grown Up Orphan Annie. I went to Edinburgh. I felt like I was failing the entire time, but I looked back and I'm like, okay, A, you weren't failing. You weren't becoming the next Fleabag. And my mindset was like, if I'm not becoming the next Fleabag, I'm failing. But like I was in it and I was refining my voice. I also look back on that project and I'm like, I see some problems. That was me getting ready for the thing I'm building now.
Exactly.
And the thing I'm building now is me getting ready for the thing I'm building next.
Yes.
And the thing I have now, which is called Bellingham Bay, which will be at the Elysian Theater on September 20th, is in my mind, I'm like, this is my voice. This is so much better than that other thing that actually like I was never failing at.
No.
It wasn't a failure, but all that to say, like, being in it means refining your voice. It means being in the mix. It means just like moving forward. Don't stop. Keep going.
Stop. You have to, because everything, and that's why I think it's so important to create and do it and not just talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because like if you had never done Annie, you never would have gotten to Bellingham Bay to be what it is right now.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way with Ruthie, the movie Kyle and I made. It's like if we hadn't made all these short films and an independent series and like some things that were really low quality, we never would have made what now I am most proud of in my entire life. And it's so exactly our voice.
Yeah.
And it's like, we never would have got there. And we wrote that, we had so many drafts. It's like, it wasn't like, boom, number one, done.
Okay.
It's like, it's a process.
It's a process.
And like you said, like it's making us better filmmakers for our next movie.
I feel like I spent so much time talking about things and not making things because a piece of me kind of knew that like, some of it wouldn't be good or up to the standards that I have for myself, because to make something is like sort of a humiliation ritual.
Oh, it is.
And
especially a solo something.
Anything, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Like making anything and then asking people to watch it,
girl,
is humiliating.
It is.
And I think when I was younger, I feared that perception of failure more than anything.
Yeah.
And I see the ways it held me back from actually just being in it. Like to be in it is to be like, this kind of is like deeply vulnerable and I hate it.
Yeah.
And I'm making stuff that no one is going to see, that I read this 2 weeks later and I'm like, what were you thinking?
I know.
Like that is part of it.
Yeah.
That is the process of making it.
It is.
Actually, I have some questions.
Yes.
I think it's important to like acknowledge both sides of the coin. So I want to know, starting with the negative.
Yeah.
Being obsessed with the idea of making it, what do you think is like a negative byproduct of
I think
that?
a negative byproduct is like being afraid that I'm going to miss out on something if I like travel or
Say no.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like having to say, and I am really grateful that my manager is a really big advocate of the word no. And anytime he is like, we'll pass on anything you want. Like, and I've really, at 36 years old, can finally be like, no, I don't want to do that. It's not just like, because the mindset of like, I'm just lucky to have anything. I'm just lucky to work in any capacity.
Especially right now when there's such a scarcity spirit in the industry. Like,
and I'm not folding. Like I refuse. And I
Yep.
think that's really important. And I think that is a negative aspect of like saying yes to everything, compromising on like where you stand, like what sits right in your gut, has happened before, and just being like, I think that's a negative aspect of being obsessed with making it.
I so relate to that, and I'm going to build off of it. I think a negative aspect of being obsessed with making it is conflating treading water with going somewhere for me. Like, I'm the queen of staying busy. And I love to feel busy because it makes me feel important. And so, expecting like your North Star to make you feel important, if that's the goal. I really kind of had to sit down with myself a few years ago where it's like, what do you want? Do you want to feel important? Do you want to feel like people are impressed by you? What do you actually want out of this? Like, what is your motivation here? And that is a negative byproduct of the obsession. I have one more negative thing that I noticed. I've had a few moments where I'm like, I'm making it. This is happening. Whether it's like, I'm in a movie that I think is gonna just take off. LOL, no, it did not. Or any like, it's happening. I'm on set. There's like a live studio audience. I'm making it. It's up. It's only up for me now.
Yes.
And I noticed that sometimes in those moments, that's where I like started neglecting like family, being kind because I'm stressed. And a negative aspect of like being obsessed with something or being obsessed with the idea of just trudging forward and making it, quote unquote, is like when it turns you into someone you're not. And in those moments, I've had to really ask myself, well, I didn't ask myself in those moments because frankly, I was like lost and blinded by it. I'm like, this is the world. This is the air I breathe. Is me. Now I think I'm of a mindset as a 36-year-old of like, if you getting what you want means you being unkind to your husband, you like being stressed and resentful of anyone asking for any of your attention, then you need to find a better way to make it. That's not a problem with them. That's a problem with you. And that doesn't mean I have to be available to all people or never like recalibrate what my life needs to look like to get what I know is like destined for me. But if it comes at the cost of like being unkind and being impatient with people who I love, then that's a me problem. And that is a negative side of being obsessed with something.
Oh, that's
really
such a good point. Yeah, for sure.
Like, you're taking me away from my obsession. You're taking me away from my drug.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with my therapist where I was like, sometimes I feel like my career is like this is my precious, I'm a kid and it's my precious toy and I can't let anyone else touch it because they might ruin it. And it really used to feel that way for me. It was a very gripping, tight kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that is a negative side of the obsession, is gripping so tight that I feel like it's going to fall apart if I loosen at all.
Yeah.
What do you think is a positive side?
I think a positive side is kind of like what we talked about of like, I don't get super dejected and depressed.
Period.
Because I'm like, okay, it's still going to happen.
I know.
Like,
it's a weird delusion.
I don't know. Like, it just is.
It's not quite, and it may not look exactly like what I thought it would look like in the year, I don't know, 2011.
Yeah.
The year 2019. But, because like your North Star can change how it's shaped.
Yeah.
But like, it's not really a question.
It's not, and I'm just like, I don't know. The positive sides are is like I can't imagine anything else with my life, and I'm just staying the course because I love it, and actually because like I'm still finding so much joy in it. If I was not joyful in this aspect of my career, I wouldn't want to do it. I'm like,
if you don't enjoy this, you should get out.
Get out.
I am like standing at the door being like, please get out.
Yeah.
Like, leave, save yourself.
Save yourself.
Girl, you're in danger. Get out, girl. Like,
you got a big storm coming, honey. I'm just like, I love it. I love this city. I love LA. I love the industry. Like, I love movies. I just like love it. And like, it's fun. And I'm joyful. I love my life so much that I'm like, why? I don't know. I see, yes, of course I get frustrated that there's not a lot of productions here, that getting an audition, it's been harder this year than any other year in my career to even be seen by casting directors that know me. But it's like, okay. And you know what? I'm really spurned. I'm really motivated and activated by being the underdog. I love it.
Ooh, good.
When someone tells me something, like projects onto me what they think my dream should look like, or like I see you as this, or like your movie is going to get into this festival but not this one, or I see it, I'm just like, okay, let me show you.
Thanks for the gasoline.
And it's like that Michael Jordan interview where he's like, and I took that personally. I live and die by that. Okay, you think I'm not a leading lady? Bitch, just wait.
Yeah.
Just
LOL.
wait.
LOL.
I'm like fueled by pettiness and
love it.
being an underdog. I love it. Yes, underestimate me. Ignore me. Please do it. Because, honey, I'm coming. This train is on the tracks and we going.
Yeah.
You know?
And you don't have to get on my train.
No.
I use that too. I think of myself as a train depot.
Yeah.
And there are trains headed my way, and sometimes I can't see them in the distance yet, but like they are coming towards me, and like you don't have to be at my depot.
No.
Like you don't have to be. That's fine.
You don't have to stop here.
Go, do a transfer. Go somewhere else.
I know.
That's completely fine.
It is so funny. I make Kyle laugh all the time because like if like a casting director or someone just like won't see me for something, or you know, you feel like you're getting brushed off. I'm just like, I have all these scenarios and fantasies of like being on a late night show, you know, and just being like, everyone said no to me. No one wanted to see, you know, that fantasy of like.
So that's a moment you'll know you've made it.
Yes. Actually, me and Kyle always talk about how we can't wait for like Ruthie Q&As to talk about like all the doors slammed in our face.
Yeah.
Everyone that said no, everyone that brushed us off, everyone that was mean to us about our project. I'm like, look, if pettiness can fuel Kendrick Lamar all the way to the Super Bowl,
It absolutely can.
it is a beautiful, healthy thing.
Proving someone wrong can be a deeply motivating thing.
It is motivating to me. I'm like, great. I want you to underestimate me, actually.
Well, because if what you are obsessed with is rooted in love, it really is more of a like, you can't touch me. You don't know what you're actually talking about.
You don't know. And just wait till you see what I can do.
Yeah.
You don't even know what I can do. And it makes all the people in your corner that much more special. When you have a casting director or a director be like, you're really good. You're meant to do this. is a guiding light, right? We're on this path and there's little like lanterns along the way. And it's like it makes it that much more special and I'll remember those people for my entire life.
Exactly.
That made me feel seen and gave me a chance.
You also know yourself because people making you feel seen can also be, I think, a dangerous thing for someone who is obsessed with something.
Oh, interesting.
Well, it's like LA and really like this industry is full of people
conflate egos and stuff.
I think giving affirmations and bringing people to them because they know that they are going to get affirmation and get the thing they're so hungry for when they feel beat down. Like, you have a very strong sense of self, so you know. So when you hear you're really good, you know what you're doing. Like, you can make it. You're like, I know. Thank you.
Exactly. Oh, it's not. It doesn't affect my self-worth. It's just like, I'm so glad like you recognized what I know.
One of my favorite sayings is "real recognizes real."
Yes,
and that's like something I live or die by right now. Like, I recognize the real ones and they're going to recognize me.
Yeah.
And so like we will find each other.
I think this is really important because a conversation Kyle and I have, and I'm sure you've had it with yourself with like Bellingham Bay, is like, now we've shown Ruthie to a bunch of test audiences and like, some people like don't get the humor or have really strong opinions. And at the end of the day, we keep having these conversations where like, I think it would actually be a red flag if every single person loved it. Like we have to stay true.
You're not making a algorithm movie.
No.
Like, that's not.
And Bellingham Bay is like so specific and niche. And it's like, it's going to be for the people that it's meant for.
Yeah.
It's going to get it.
Real will recognize real.
Yes.
I am shining a beacon for my people.
You are.
With my work. And you are too. And that is, and it brings it back to the Cola Scola thing about like refining their work, refining their voice. Like, that is how to make it, actually, is finding your people.
Oh, I mean, it comes back to like my all-time number one favorite director, David Lynch, of like David Lynch just made, and I sound like such a little cliche, like, oh, I love David Lynch. I'm so, artistic. But no, like I really like live and die by David Lynch. And like, I truly, whenever I'm like feeling like, oh God, this person said like Ruthie was too weird or the humor didn't make sense, I'm like, David Lynch wouldn't give a fuck. It's like, what would David Lynch do? And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like we have to stay true to ourselves in this. And that's the bright side of obsession. It's like, you have to remain authentic to who you are.
It's impossible to genuinely be obsessed and not be authentic to who you are, actually.
Yeah,
I think like obsession in its healthiest form makes you more yourself.
I love that.
Me too. Wow, that was like...
That's philosophical, Catherine.
I feel like warmth running throughout my body. I just said something really true.
Wait, say it again.
What did I say? Wait, I said obsession in its most healthy form makes you even more yourself.
I think so. And
if it's taking you away from yourself, like the example I gave of like, I'm not being kind to the people I love.
Yeah.
That's like, it's time to refine.
And if it's not at the end of the day joyful, if it's not filling your cup, then it's like time to reevaluate.
It's time to reevaluate. And a North Star can shift.
It can shift.
A North Star can shift. Like, I used to think I wanted one kind of thing. It still was like under the umbrella, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I came out of the womb being like, it's going to look like this. And a North Star can like shift, and that's normal also because you should be shifting and growing as a person.
And growing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Late night bites with friends? Already hard to beat. That first too hot bite of fries you couldn't wait for, followed by ice cold Pepsi. Now that hits different. Suddenly, the energy kicks back in, the night goes longer, and the laughs don't stop. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Teens share everything. That may include the bacteria that can cause meningococcal disease known as meningitis. Even if your teen's been vaccinated in the past, they could still be missing meningitis vaccinations. Ask your teen's doctor or visit meningitis.com today. Sponsored by GSK.
Overall, the message I guess I wanted to leave with this podcast episode is like, if you're in the trenches right now in any industry, in any,
it's not just the entertainment industry.
It's not. It's everywhere. I was talking to a teacher friend who was in a really toxic school, and there's a whole system in schools, and it's really hard, and it's very similar to the industry.
And not even just if you're dealing with an industry that like feels like it's making swimming upstream with your goals. It's like anyone with a goal and a North Star, period.
I think in the end of the day, like in the trenches, I would love for them maybe to feel encouraged listening to this of like, I hope we can all take a moment and remember and appreciate where we are right now in it. And because we're constantly shifting, we're never in the same place twice.
And you are making it. You're in it.
Yeah, you're in it. And whatever that means. And like all we can do, I guess too, it's like, I think we're inundated with really, really, really negative posts and threads and articles. And it can be really heavy. It can feel like an anvil on your chest. And it's like, okay, sure, it's not perfect. I'm not saying we should live in a sunshine, daisy, rainbows. We don't. But stay the course.
Stay the course. There's a difference between surrounding yourself with like reality and aspiration and surrounding yourself with negativity.
And I'm talking specifically in like a career field right now. Like I want to point that out. Like obviously the state of the world is absolute garbage dumpster fire. And it's totally a valid response to feel like really depressed about the state of the world.
Oh, completely.
But when it comes to like career specifically, I think like there's a lot of negative talk. And sometimes I feel like really, really negative people want other people. I mean, actually, I don't feel like this. They just do.
Negativity loves company.
Misery loves company.
People who are down love company. I've been that person.
Yes.
Like we all know what that's like to just want to get together and like have a bitch session.
Yes.
And that's okay every now and then. But like, be very careful of surrounding yourself with that.
I think so. What is my girl who does the Artist Way? She calls them crazy makers. Ooh. Don't surround yourself with crazy makers. Those are the people that will bring you down, and we want to avoid the crazy makers and really stay the course with like people who are doing their own thing, going forward, and who are making you the best version of yourself.
Yeah, to build off of that, the best way to stay the course is by surrounding yourself with a real recognizes real type relationship, and also like getting to know yourself, continuing to make work even if it's imperfect, because that is what being in the making it is.
Absolutely.
That's what it actually looks like. It's so easy to like see someone on a red carpet or like on a talk show and be like, I'll only know I've made it when that's me. And that's not actually what doing it looks like.
No,
it couldn't be more different.
And all that stuff is just fluff. And we know like the longer we're in this industry, like fame is really scary and toxic and awful. And like, it's just like, who really at the end of the day gives a shit about that?
Right.
And it's like, what's the legacy you want to leave? Is it you want to have a viral red carpet moment or a talk show moment? Or do you want to make something that someone consumes long after you're gone and they're moved by it and it comforts them and it makes them feel less alone? Because that's what I want.
That's literally, I really clarified my North Star last year. I was like, I want to make something that people crash out about.
Oh, I love that.
I want to make something that people talk about and have to like build upon.
Fun.
And can't get enough of. And I want to be part of making that and providing that to people.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I think mine is like, I want to always make things that make people feel less lonely.
I love that.
And comfort. Like that they can go to when it's really hard and they just feel, like a hyperfixation. We want to make things that people hyperfixate about.
I want to make hyperfixation.
That's all we want.
Literally, that's all we want.
What we
I
want.
love that.
Yeah.
That's a good way to land.
I love it.
We just want to make hyperfixations for people because we know how wonderful hyperfixating can be.
They're absolutely the best.
It's just the best.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this was a little bit of a different episode, but I think it's good to kind of like check in this way because
I think so.
This is something that like me and Nina think about a lot.
I mean, deal with every single day.
It's our life.
Yeah.
This is our life.
Yeah.
In addition to other things, but like.
But this is like something we both text about constantly.
This is what we're in. This is
Yeah.
We're in this water, in these streets.
Honey, we
are. Yeah. Where can people find you, Nina?
They can find me on all the things at Nina_Concepcion. Where can people find you?
At Catherine Bourne Taylor. And you can follow the show at obsessed_the show.
And you can check out backdrop.fm, become a member there. You get access to ad-free episodes, bonus episodes, which are super fun. Sometimes there's clips from our live show. Sometimes there's, we pitch a fic over there a lot.
We do a lot of pitch a fic.
It's super fun, but mostly, more than anything, stay obsessed.
What if doctors could detect Alzheimer's before symptoms appear or treat cancer with unprecedented precision? On the new season of Tomorrow's Cure, the chart-topping and 2025 Ambie Award finalist podcast from Mayo Clinic, we explore how breakthroughs like these are already reshaping the future of healthcare. I'm Lindsay Sievert, the new host of Tomorrow's Cure, and this season I'm joined by leading physicians, researchers, and Mayo Clinic experts exploring everything from AI-powered diagnostics to precision cancer treatments. Follow Tomorrow's Cure wherever you get your podcasts.
Want more? Check out backdrop.fm for extended, ad-free episodes, extras, and more. Thanks for listening.